Now, our next topic is Gbólóhùn, that is sentence. By definition, gbólóhùn ni àkójọpọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó ní ìtumọ̀ àti iṣẹ́ tí ó ń ṣe. That is sentence, a group of words that are meaningful and they have a function that they are performing. Ìhun gbólóhùn èdè Yorùbá, that is structure of a simple sentence in Yorùbá, is Olúwa, that is subject, Ìṣe, that is verb, Àbọ̀, that is object. Okay, that object is put in bracket because it's not compulsory. Okay, but basically you have Olúwa, subject, Ìṣe, the verb, then Àbọ̀ sometimes. All right. For example, you have a sentence like Adé ra bàtà, Adé bought shoe. Adé is the subject, Ra is the verb, and bàtà is what? The object. Another sentence is Ṣọlá sùn, that is Ṣọlá slept. In this sentence we have Ṣọlá as subject, that is Olúwa, then sùn is the verb. In that sentence there is no object. So la sọ wípé àbọ̀ kò pọn dandan nígbà mìíràn, that is object is not compulsory. Ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe ni ó ṣe pàtàkì jù nínú ìhun gbólóhùn èdè Yorùbá, nítorí pé tí kò bá sí ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe nínú gbólóhùn bẹ́ẹ̀ kò lè ní ìtumọ̀. Ìdí nìyí tí wọ́n fi máa ń pe ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe ní òpómúléró tàbí kókó gbólóhùn. What are we saying here? The verb is the most important aspect of a sentence, because if there is no verb in a sentence, that sentence is meaningless. And that is why a sentence in Yoruba is regarded as òpómúléró, meaning what? The pillar that is holding the house. So verb is like a pillar in a sentence. When you remove a pillar of a house, the house will collapse. When there is no verb in a sentence, that sentence is meaningless. Àtúnpè ní kókó gbólóhùn is also equally called the real brain behind the sentence. The actual message of a sentence is conveyed by the verb. So therefore, verb is called òpómúléró or kókó gbólóhùn. Now, let's move ahead and see ìsọ̀rí gbólóhùn, that is forms of sentence. Ìsọ̀rí méjì tí gbólóhùn èdè Yorùbá ń pín sí òun ni 1. Ìsọ̀rí gbólóhùn nípa ìhun, that is sentences based on structure. 2. Ìsọ̀rí gbólóhùn nípa ìlò, that is sentences based on usage. Let's look at the first form of sentence, ìsọ̀rí gbólóhùn nípa ìhun. Àwọn ni gbólóhùn tí a lè dámọ̀ nípa wíwo ìhun wọn. That is, this is a sentence that can be identified based on the words that are put together in the structure of that sentence. Therefore, àwọn ni gbólóhùn tí a lè dámọ̀ nípa wíwo ìhun wọn. So, àpẹẹrẹ gbólóhùn nípa ìhun nìwọ̀nyí. These are examples of sentences based on structure. Number 1, gbólóhùn àbọ̀dé, simple sentence. Number 2, gbólóhùn alákànpọ̀, compound sentence. Number 3, gbólóhùn oníbọ̀, complex sentence. Let's look at gbólóhùn àbọ̀dé, which is simple sentence. By definition, èyí ni gbólóhùn tí kò ní ju ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe kan lọ. That is a sentence with usually one verb. Ìhun gbólóhùn àbọ̀dé, the structure of a simple sentence, like I said the other time, is Olúwa, the subject, Ìṣe, the verb, Àbọ̀, which is optional in the bracket, plus àpọ́nlé, adverbial, also in brackets. So you have subject, verb, object, plus adverb. Sometimes they call it SVO in English. That is simple structure, is the structure of a simple sentence. You have Adé ra bàtà, Adé bought shoe. Ṣọlá sùn, Ṣọlá slept. Okay, Bọ́sẹ̀ sè ẹ̀wà lánàá, Bọ́sẹ̀ cooked beans yesterday. Okay, now the second one is gbólóhùn alákànpọ̀, that is compound sentence. By definition, èyí ni gbólóhùn tí à ń lò láti so èrò méjì papọ̀. Ẹni pé gbólóhùn méjì tí a so pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ àsopọ̀. That is, two sentences joined together with a construction. Ẹni pé nínú ìhun gbólóhùn alákànpọ̀ kí là ń wò? Gbólóhùn méjì ni. Kí la tún wò? Ọ̀rọ̀ àsopọ̀. So in the structure of a compound sentence, you're looking at two sentences that are joined together with what? A conjunction. For example, Adé wá ṣùgbọ́n kò dúró. That is, Adé came but he did not wait. The two sentences are Adé wá. The second one is Adé kò dúró. Join them together with what? Ṣùgbọ́n, which is but. Another example is Òjó jẹun àmọ́ kò yó. Òjó ate but he was not satisfied. Two sentences there, Òjó jẹun. The second one, Òjó kò yó, and join the two of them together with àmọ́, which is but, and so on. Now, let's move ahead and look at gbólóhùn oníbọ̀, complex sentence. Wọ́n ní gbólóhùn méjì tàbí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ tí a fi bọ ara wọn nínú. That is a set of sentence where you have two sentences and one is embedded in the other. The simple structure of a complex sentence, you are looking at two sentences. One will be the main clause, and the other one will now be the subordinate clause. So two sentences that are embedded. One is embedded in the other. Subordinate is embedded in the main. Okay, now let's look at this. Olú sọ pé Adé ń bọ̀. Olú said that Adé is coming. The main sentence there is Olú sọ̀rọ̀. The subordinate is pé Adé ń bọ̀. Olú said something. What did he say? That Adé is coming. Another example is ọmọ tí a rí ní àná ti dé. Two sentences there. Ọmọ ti dé. A rí ọmọ lánàá. So the main sentence there is a rí ọmọ lánàá. Ọmọ wo la rí lánàá? Ọmọ tí a rí lánàá, yes. Ọmọ wo ta la rí lánàá? Ọmọ. Okay? A rí ọmọ lánàá. Now the main sentence there is a rí ọmọ ní àná. Ọmọ wo? Kí ló wá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ọmọ yẹn? Ọmọ tí a rí ní àná. Ọmọ ti dé is the main clause. Which one is the subordinate? Tí a rí ní àná. The main clause there is the child came. Which child? That we saw yesterday. Another example is ìwé tí mo rà kò wù mí mọ́. The book that I bought is no longer useful to me, or I don't like the book that I bought. Okay, I don't like the book that I bought. All right, so the main clause here is ìwé kò wù mí mọ́. The book, I don't like the book again. Which book? That I bought. Timora. So in the structure of a complex sentence, we're looking at the main clause and the subordinate clause. Now, that is that about sentences based on structure. We'll look at three examples there, which is the simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. The second form of sentences is gbólóhùn nípa ìlò. Sentences based on what? Usage. Àwọn ní gbólóhùn tí a lè dámọ̀ nípa iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ń jẹ́ fún olùgbọ́. So you can identify this type of sentence based on the function that is performing. The sentences under these are gbólóhùn ìbéèrè, question, gbólóhùn àṣẹ, command, gbólóhùn àlàyé, explanation, gbólóhùn alátẹnumọ́, focus sentence. Let's look at gbólóhùn ìbéèrè. That is question. Olùgbọ́ tí olùsọ̀rọ̀ gbé jáde láti wádìí ohun kan lọ́dọ̀ olùgbọ́. It's a sentence that is, produced to make request from the listener. All right? We have types of question. Oríṣi gbólóhùn ìbéèrè ló wà. Number one, gbólóhùn ìbéèrè bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tàbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. That is yes or no question. Example, ṣé o ti lọ? The answer will be bẹ́ẹ̀ ni or bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Have you gone? You can rather say yes or no. Ǹjẹ́ o ti dé? Or ǹjẹ́ ó ti dé? Has he come? Okay, the answer could be bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tàbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. That's what is called yes or no question. Two, gbólóhùn ìbéèrè alálàyé, explanatory question. The question that requires explanation. You cannot just answer with yes or no alone. You have to explain. For example, ta ni ó wá? The answer could be Ṣọlá ni ó wá, Bọ́sẹ̀ ni ó wá, and so on. Kí ni Olú jẹ? Ẹ̀bà ni Olú jẹ, tàbí Olú jẹ ẹ̀bà. So in this type of sentence, you cannot say bẹ́ẹ̀ ni or bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. That is why it is called gbólóhùn ìbéèrè alálàyé. Next is gbólóhùn ìbéèrè pèsìjẹ. That is questions that do not require answer, they call it rhetorical question. Gbólóhùn tí kò nílò ìdáhùn does not require answer because the questioner is already aware of the answer. An example is ṣé bí ilẹ̀ ti mọ́? Is after all, the person will have seen that the day had broken, but trying to question you, probably you are still sleeping. ẹni tó bá ṣe ń sùn lọ́wọ́ lẹ́yìn tí ilẹ̀ ti mọ́ kí ló dé tó ṣe ń sùn lọ́wọ́ ṣé bí ilẹ̀ ti mọ́? That is a rhetorical question. ṣé bí ọ̀la ni ọdún? After all, tomorrow is the festival. Why are you disturbing me? kí ló tó ń dààmú mi? ṣé bí ọ̀la ṣì ni ọdún? Okay, did not require the person to answer that type of question.